again. Good afternoon and welcome to Vlogmas Day 18. I had to think then, didn't I? It is Saturday the 18th of December. This time next week it will actually be Christmas Day, and we will probably have eaten our Christmas dinner and be feeling exceedingly full. Maybe having a little afternoon flop. Who knows? I've opened my Reese's Thingamywhatsit calendar, so I shall eat that. I have been rather naughty and just eaten some Christmas chocolates after lunch, but it was a salad for lunch, so maybe the 15 chocolates I ate won't matter. I did it. I was brave. I could just stop, I know. But then I feel disappointed in myself because I chose that calendar. Okie dokie. Tonight, I'm off on a works do. Each year, we go out with, Amy and I go out with Amy's 3 carers. We finally, third time lucky, managed to have 2 things cancelled. The venue's cancelled on us, but in the end we've booked just a table at a local restaurant. It's recently reopened under new management, so it's going to be interesting to see what that's like. So I've started my makeup already, even though it's only 2 o'clock, but I'm going to try and curl my hair a little bit, and then I'll help Amy get ready as well. So I need to make sure I leave plenty of time, because the girls are coming over sort of around 5:30. We've got Secret Santa gifts to exchange. Oh, I need to wrap that actually and pop it under the tree before they arrive, and open a bottle of bubbly, and then the taxi is picking us up at 6 o'clock, and off we go for a lovely meal. Back to the whip bags today, and it's quite a big one here. I put it in my Yarndale bag, my one and only trip to Yarndale. Now, what is the project in here? I do actually remember this very well. It's a bit of not a nightmare, it haunts me maybe slightly. So I think I've already mentioned that during lockdown, Sharon and I tried to do as many online workshops as we could. We tried to aim for, say, like once a month, because in real life that's what we had been trying to do prior to lockdown: meet up once a month and do a crafty activity. So in order to keep our spirits up during lockdown, we tried to maintain that schedule of one activity a month, and it was amazing what we found. One of the lovely ladies that we came across was Lucy, and you can find her on Instagram, called Purl a Row. She used to have a yarn shop, but sadly that has closed down recently. And she did some online workshops, and we did a sock workshop. Bear with, I'm actually wearing the socks that I made. So this was a sock knitting workshop. Yes, I have got an end not sewn in. They are super comfy. On a day like today, you just want snuggly socks. So yeah, and I actually made 2. See, a left and a right. And following the success of the sock workshop, when she posted details of a knitted cardigan workshop, in particular it wasn't just any old knitted cardigan. There were colour changes involved and steeping. Now, if you've not heard of steeping, steeping is where you knit the garment in the round. So in essence, it's not going to look like a jumper, but it is going to look like a jumper. But the front is going to be a bit different because you sort of do the channel with, I'm really not explaining this very well, am I, at all? But you knit in the round, and basically you just cut up the middle at the end, which sounds rather daunting, doesn't it? But we thought, hey, we're not big knitters, but clearly we're experts now because we've knitted socks. So let's just jump right in and knit a colour change cardigan that needs cutting at the end. That shows you our faith in Lucy as the teacher. And I must say she was, or is, an excellent teacher. She really is very patient. She explains things really well. And we very much enjoyed our workshops with her. And this workshop ran over several weeks, and there was no sort of commitment to finish the garment in that allotted time. And certainly I didn't, and neither did Sharon. But it was a wonderful experience, and I had every intention at the time of finishing it. But as I recall, I encountered a slight problem. Let me see if I've got a picture of the cardigan. It was called Joining Bees and Things, and it was by Mona Zilar. Don't know if that's how I've pronounced her name correctly. Here's a bit of a picture. Fold that bit of the pattern over because obviously it's a paid for pattern. Look at that beautiful cardigan. Isn't it stunning? We'll see how far we got. Yes, my colourway was slightly different. This was, oh, see, now I'm having happy memories of this. This is, it's a sort of a tealy blue colour. It says Jameson and Smith. I'm going to put my glasses on so you'll probably see the reflection of my ring light. Jameson and Smith, Shetland wool from the Shetland Islands. It's 2-ply jumper weight. 100% real Shetland wool. It doesn't say what the colour is. It just has numbers on. So there was that colour, and there was the lovely cream, and the third colour was brown. Okay. Right, I've got a lovely notebook in here as well, which has a mixture of things in. Started off as obviously for this book. No, started off for this project. I can see lots of notes from the workshops. Then I think there was something to do with Amy that I've written in there. So yes, nice notebook. Can't think where I got that from. It might have been in a Christmas box that Lucy actually did, that I purchased. Ah! Well, I don't know what that's doing in here. Oh no! Looky, looky! It is another 4mm hook. This was one that Amy bought me as either for my birthday or for Mother's Day, and it says Mrs. G makes on it. I don't know how well. Don't know how well that's showing up. and if I remember, I'll put the link of the lady that makes those. Okay, so that's another 4mm hook to add to my collection. I've also got a tape measure in here. Knit prosing needles, because it was knitted on a circular needle. Lucy provided the kit with everything that we needed. Also DPNs, if you wanted to use DPNs. I'm sure that was from this project, but I can put those away somewhere. Another packet, 3.25. I quite like keeping the packets sometimes because it's a bit difficult to see what the numbers are on the needles occasionally. Okay, here we have it. Here's the project. Dun, da, 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 da. Oops. Oh no, that's something else. Now, see these hand knitting needle ends? Got these from the Yarn Whisperer. He sells these in his shop. I think it's from a set for rock, paper, scissors, that game. So there's one where the hand's fisted and one where it's a pair of scissors. And then obviously this one is the paper. Look at this. I knitted this. I still can't believe that I did. So I've got the cuff, the neck cuff here. This is the front. So that would sort of like sit at the neck. And down the front, you probably see that the pattern doesn't look terribly good. And that's because that's actually the bit that you cut through the middle of. You cut down that centre bit. And Lucy, she just kept saying to us, don't worry, you've not got to think about that. You know, just follow the pattern. And then when we get to that piece, I will walk you through it step by step. So yeah, so it's a top-down cardigan. I got quite a way. As you can see, this needed a lot of stitch markers. And the purpose of this stitch marker was for me to be able to see the pattern repeat, where it started and where it ended. Which was, again, I love learning new ways to use stitch markers. And I really had to, I had to rummage of all sorts. Here. Yeah. So, I think also the reason I didn't pick it up is I'd got to shaping bits. Really enjoyed the colour work, much more than I ever thought that I would do. But you had to, I don't know what the proper term is, but you were shaping for the shoulder to create, obviously, the shoulder shape. And it's important that you do those in the same, obviously the correct place, because you've got to get the angle right. I don't think I got this right. And this is the sad thing, isn't it, that we're with having COVID, the lockdowns, social distancing. If I could take this to Lucy, she doesn't live near me. We'd always planned to visit her shop, but now it's closed. We thought when everything returns to normal, Sharon and I said, you know, we'll do a day trip to her shop to meet her in person. So if she was my local yarn shop, I would just pop along there and say, right, is it worth me carrying on? Have I done it right? Have I done it wrong? So is it a keeper or is it a weeper? Before I opened this bag, like I say, I knew that I'd got this project up there. And before today, I was 100% sure that I would frog it. But now I see it again, and I wonder if it's worth me trying to figure out what row I'm on, because I'm not actually sure. I'd have to have a look at the pattern and see if I have marked it off. But if I find out what row I'm on, if I were to try and do one row and see if all the numbers, you know, add up and what it looks like after knitting another row. Maybe that's what I should do. Or should I just say I am never, ever, 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 ever going to finish that cardigan? And should I just sell the wool? Because I have got a lot of this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12 of these blue balls. 1 unopened cream and 1 unopened brown. Let me know what you think. Should I just, like I say, will I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders if I don't decide to keep it? Will it still be here this time next year, waiting to be done? Should I just say, I loved making what I did of it, I enjoyed the experience, I proved to myself that I can push myself and do something brand new, because I never thought that I would be able to do colour work. So should I just be happy that I have done that and not put myself under pressure to finish it? I feel like I've talked myself into a more positive place with it, that sometimes it's okay not to finish a project. I know I've just gone full circle. But my mind had time just to think then and appreciate what I had already achieved. I learnt to knit using circular knitting needles, which I'd never mastered before. I learnt to knit using 3 colours, and I can remember getting to the point where I was managing a different technique that was less labour intensive, where I was literally just sort of like flicking with my fingers. It was very different to how I'd knitted before, so that was new. and that I really enjoyed doing the online classes each week. Met another lovely lady, Cheryl, that I wouldn't have met had it not been for that class that we did. And obviously Sharon did it, and it kept me in touch with her when we weren't able to see each other. And it was a massive sense of achievement. Just to do this. Shall we have a laugh? I'm going to try and put it over my head. Let's have a laugh. I've not done that before today. Let's just centre a bit there. What are your thoughts? I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are. I mustn't forget I'm attached to my... I'd not get up and walk off, had I? Obviously I showed you yesterday my Christmas nails, and that I'd had them done to match my shoes that I plan to wear tonight. Here they are. Look at that heel. Look at my nails. Could they be a more perfect match? Yes, I am 52 years of age, and yes, I will be wearing furry unicorn glittery shoes. I like them. They make me smile nearly as much as Ethel makes me smile, and I just think, why not? Is there anything else that I need to say? Don't think so. I will be back tomorrow with yet another languishing whip. Don't forget to let me know below what you think. Should I just enjoy what I've done? Because realistically, will I ever finish it? And I don't think I will. And then that might tarnish the memory that I have of it. So that's what I'm thinking. Can you see sense in what I'm thinking? Let me know in the comments below. And see you all tomorrow.